So we want to start off today with. So I had a question earlier on today about the Godot 4 action RPG, and from that, we're going to give you a quick update as to where we are with certain things in it. First of all, the music side is done and launched. If you've got access to that, you'll find it under your library. It's called Making Music for Beginners. I think that's the name. And yeah, that'll be there for you already if you bought it. Whether or not you were in early access or normal access, it's there. And then the Blender side of things. So before I go on to that, the question on the Discord was, what when will I get access to the 3 courses? And just to, I suppose, go over it again, that whilst it's 3 pathways rather than 3 courses, so the Blender and the Godot are likely to be separated into smaller courses, more digestible, and also more accessible to people who perhaps don't want to learn about absolutely everything into one chunk. We thought it best to be able to break it down, also meaning that we can deliver the content much easier as well as these modules. Currently,
Just to say,
yep.
when we say pathways, it's kind of the language we use internally because it's a nice image. Think of it as a bunch of smaller courses, and they're in 3 categories. So if you bought just the Blender one, you get all the Blender courses. Those count as one, but they're not being released as one giant course. They're being released as individual courses.
Much like we've taken the decision when releasing our content on the courses to the early access people, you'll be getting a chunk at a time. So you'll get a section at a time rather than it dripping out. So we've had feedback that most people prefer it that way, so they can just sit down and start that section rather than starting and stopping, go through, which makes sense.
So that also means if you want to learn some bits but you don't much care about the others, you don't have to.